All right, guys. So I been running my tax season support calls this year, and I was noticing there was a lot of questions about marketing. You guys are in tax season. This is one of the busiest seasons for tax and accounting pros. And so it really is incumbent of you to do your marketing right now, to promote yourself, to put yourself out there. And paid advertising strategies is not a bad strategy to deploy. The reason why I never publicly talk too much about paid ads is because I believe that you need to master your organic marketing first before you can comfortably transition into paid marketing strategies. We're going to talk about both tonight. Obviously, we're going to talk about the organic marketing strategies that still work, that still get clients, that still put yourself out in front of your ideal clients each and every day, where you can have them book strategy sessions with you. You can onboard them all across the country. My clients are and still onboarding clients through organic social media strategies. And what I'm going to call it in this training is sweat equity. So we're going to talk about both. And then we're going to transition into our check equity. This is our paid social media marketing strategy. So we're going to get through all of this in today's training. But of course, I got to set up this process for you so that you have a strong foundation before you go out there. Because a lot of times what I've been seeing, and which is why I just don't willy-nilly teach paid marketing ads, is because a lot of people lose money. If you want to be honest, a lot of people don't do it correctly and they lose a lot of money. In fact, some of you might be on the line that have tried paid ads and you're like, yeah, I really can't show a profit from that. So I want to help you out on how you can turn a profit from paid ads, how you actually can make it work for you. But we're going to go through the full gamut of these strategies together. If you're connected with me, I work through Certifiable. This is our training platform. So not only do we teach marketing, but we also teach skills. So tax law, helping folks become enrolled agent, CFO services, tax planning, tax resolution. So we are one of the largest skills training providers in the United States, specifically targeting to the tax and accounting industry, both with self-study courses as well as live training. Hopefully I'll see you guys at a live training sometime later this year, or in-person training rather sometime this year. So I want to make sure that we're all on the same page on who this is for. So primarily, ideally, this is for existing tax and accounting firms. So you already have a skill set, you already have knowledge to go out and prepare taxes. If I put a Schedule C or an 1120C or 1120S or a 1065 in front of you, you have the skills to take on that client. You can stick around if you are a beginner. You're free to stick around. But a lot of these strategies, especially when we get to the paid strategies, I do not recommend for people that are just learning taxes or just learning bookkeeping, because a lot of times you're not ready to put yourself out there just yet because you're still working on your skills. So this is for you if you've already been in business, which it seems like a lot of you already have been in business. This is your second, third, fourth, fifth plus tax season. This strategy is specifically for you. Also, when we get to the paid marketing side, it's going to require you to already have data. So we're going to talk about that when we get there. But if you already have a built up client list, I know somebody said you already worked on 40 people. Somebody else said 150 people. That is perfect. These strategies, especially the paid marketing strategies, is going to be perfect for people like you guys that already have a built up clientele, because we're going to talk about how do you upload that list to social media and have Facebook and Instagram find that list and put, and what type of ads do you put in front of your existing clients so that you can cultivate referrals, so that you can make sure that those people come back. A big part of being in business year after year, season after season, is just making sure that people come back. So also these ads are going to help you increase your retention with your existing clients. Now, a lot of you probably already been trying to wonder, okay, how do I use marketing strategies in 2024? What are the latest marketing strategies that we need to deploy? I want to know more about social ads. How do I invest in paid advertising campaigns to help me reach more people? So we're going to talk about that in tonight's training. Now, if you already have social media, you're already one step ahead of the game, because a lot of times when people come our way, they don't have any social media. They don't have any Facebook. They haven't been on YouTube. So if you have some sort of social media presence, I would say that's half the battle. It's harder for when people are just being introduced to social media and just starting to put themselves out there. I find those folks tend to be a little bit more hesitant when it comes to promoting themselves just because it's scary. It's scary putting yourself out there on social media. It's scary getting on a live video and talking about tax law. You're afraid that you're going to say something wrong, or you might be afraid that people are judging you. They're judging how you look, they're judging how you sound or how you speak. All of that very well may be true, but what I found is that the benefits of putting yourself on social media and out there to your ideal clients far outweigh the cons of being judged, of being ridiculed, of making a mistake, misspeaking on something. You're human. We're all human. And it's just going about, okay, how do I just put my best foot forward to mitigate mistakes that might happen? So this year, I would love for you guys to add 50 to 100 new tax clients in 2024. You can do it. After tax season, you could be doing taxes all year round. I want you to add 10 new monthly recurring clients to your book of business. 10 new monthly recurring clients. I don't care if they're bookkeeping, they could be tax resolution, tax planning, CFO services. But the key that I want you to hear is, are you intentionally going after monthly recurring revenue where you go out, you do marketing, whether it's organic or paid social media strategies, and you're attracting an idle client into your business that is paying you every single month $500, $1,000, $1,500, $2,500 per month. This is where you're going to find the stability in your business, because while tax season money is gravy, it's cool, and a lot of you make enough to support yourselves, we all know that it's really hard to do that. You might make 50,000 in 16 weeks, or 100,000, or 150, or 250 and beyond. But for the majority of us, the cost of living, especially with inflation right now, is much higher. And so many people that I talk to, they want to make money after tax season. They don't just want to have a tax business. And if they don't want to do bookkeeping or like any other monthly clients, they typically get into another business after tax season anyway. So why not just keep it all under one umbrella? So this year, it is going to require you to speak to people. So in order to get new tax clients, in order to get new bookkeeping clients and any other type of clients that we're going to talk about, you have to master the art of, one, putting yourself out there to get in front of your ideal clients, whether it's online or offline. And then two, when you have these types of marketing strategies deployed, you want to have a way where you can personally connect with these business owners. Many of the strategies that I teach is geared around getting the business client, because I find that you actually can work smarter, because not only do you get the business tax return, such as the 1120S or the 1065, but you generally obviously is going to pick up the individual tax return. So imagine doing a paid marketing campaign and you getting an S corp, and now you also get their individual tax return, and now you also get them as a bookkeeping client, and now you also get them as a tax planning client. Just with one paid marketing strategy, you can turn that one lead into a paid client, but for multiple different services. And this is where and what I want you guys to do for 2024. So I'm going to give you everything you need to get your ideal clients in 24 for branding, content, social media, and workflow that's going to help you put yourself out there. All these strategies is tried and true. Even the paid marketing strategies, not only have I deployed several $1,000s in paid marketing campaigns. I'll show you guys my ads manager so you can see my receipts. But all the clients that I work with over the past, is going on 6 years now since I've been teaching in this space, helping people start and grow their business. Some of your favorite tax and accounting influencers came underneath my program. So I know for a fact the strategies that I teach is going to help you not only stand apart from the competition, but when you actually deploy it consistently, whether it's paid marketing or organic marketing, this is what's going to actually keep you in the game long term. It's going to have longevity when you actually can show up online consistently. So my social proof is on my Instagram page. You can check out hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of testimonials of EA students that I helped. Client results are here. All these are real receipts, real screenshots that clients over the past 6 years have texted me, have emailed me, have posted in our various Facebook pages. They all are here for you to go through over the past 6 years that you can look at on how many people I've actually helped start their own tax and bookkeeping business, how many people I actually help have their first 5,000 a month, their first 10,000 a month, how many people actually helped go from charging $100 for a tax return to charging $1,500 for their very first tax return. How many people I've helped lock in monthly bookkeeping clients, CFO clients, paying them $2,500 per month. So this is something I always tell people, I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. I have been consistent in helping service professionals from all over the country start and grow their business. And all of it is here on my page. You can see my EA student results. You can see my live tour when I go out and I meet people in training classes, the feedback that they give me. All of it is here for you guys to check out, not only on my Instagram, but also on Trustpilot. You can see all of our reviews on here to look at, just so you guys know it's the real deal. Now, if you stick with me until the end of this webinar, I'm actually going to give you my flagship marketing program that has sold for years. I'm going to give that away for free. It actually goes through step by step all of these organic marketing strategies. And that's going to show you how you can, do your first YouTube video. How do you do video on Instagram? How do you send a voice note on Facebook, right? It's going to teach you those fundamentals of how do you reach out on people on social media. And for those that already have that program, no worries. I'm going to show you how you can get into the paid marketing program that we're going to introduce to you guys later tonight on this class. So in the next 45 minutes, we're going to go over all of these marketing strategies. Primarily what I've done this year for 2024, I've just making it real simple. We're breaking it down into sweat equity versus check equity. Your sweat equity is the marketing strategies that you have to deploy, that you have to spend time doing. And then your check equity, those are the marketing strategies that you have to come out your checkbook, right, your pocketbook, and you actually have to pay for these marketing campaigns. So we're going to go over both of these strategies tonight and how you can use them for 2024 to hit your income goals. So there might be some new people on the line because guess what? I ran Facebook and Instagram ads to get people into this webinar tonight. We had close to 600 people register for this webinar over the past 5 days. I sent one email campaign. I spent a couple of $100 on social media for traffic to actually just put it out. And not only did I advertise it to my existing client base, people that already know me, but also targeted people that look like the people that know me. So it might be some new people on the line who might be new to me. You might saw my ad on social and you were like, let me check this lady out. My name is Krista Tyus. I am an enrolled agent by the Internal Revenue Service. And I used to own my own tax and bookkeeping business for several years. I grew that to well over 6 figures and hundreds of clients. And I sold that to a competitor in my area. And since then, I've been helping thousands of tax and accounting pros from all over the country earn over $10 million collectively in revenue, become enrolled agents, learn tax law, learn bookkeeping, and have them start their virtual tax and accounting firm. And I'm really excited because as of last year, we really started to be intentional about meeting you guys, like having live in-person classes. So like I said, I hope to see you guys. Stay connected with me if you want to join a live EA class or a live business tax prep class, or even a retreat that possibly could be coming up this year that's going to be specifically for tax and accounting pros. Not only are you going to learn when you get in a room, but you also get to connect with other like-minded people. The networking, I feel, is the game changer when you actually be in these rooms, because you really build lifelong friendships. So with me, I've done all the things that I teach and more. I've done all of the right things in marketing, such as the social media strategies that I'm going to teach you tonight, but I've also done all the wrong things. So again, those that are new to me, I used to own my own tax and accounting firm, Dynamite Tax and Financial Service. I went from a little scrappy little building on 6 Mile in Detroit. This was me, my first tax year. I had just got my EA license. I was a certified Flux Pro advisor. I had another license there that I think it was the AIPB bookkeeping certificate that I got. But I opened up my doors my very first tax season. I was still working my 9-to-5 job. at Chase Bank at the time. And I was completely scared. I didn't know what the heck I was going to do. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do marketing. I don't know how I'm going to get more clients. So I just wung it my first couple of years. So I went on Vistaprint. How many of you guys remember Vistaprint? I went on Vistaprint and I geeked out. Vistaprint was the OG before Canva, those that might be younger than me. Before Canva was Vistaprint, and you can go on Vistaprint and make all of your business cards, your flyers, and all that good stuff. And it will show you like a mock-up of those, and you can order it and they'll mail it to your home. So I had lawn signs, I had flyers that I would put on people's cars, and they'll call me and cuss me out. Don't leave your flyer on my mother car. They'll call me, cuss me out. I had window signs just listing all the services that I did. I had this business card that, Lord Jesus, I'm still embarrassed looking at this thing, where I actually took a selfie and used it as my profile picture or as my picture for this business card. I paid hundreds of dollars for a website. I had billboards up and down 8 Mile Road in Detroit. I paid for Every Door Direct Mail. I paid for it was like 20,000 households that I mailed these flyers out to. And Every Door Direct Mail is where you can mail a flyer through the USPS, and they'll put your flyer in each one of those mailboxes. What I also didn't know is that they throw a lot of them away, waste of money. And then, of course, I hired employees, people to help me out, and I ran radio ad campaigns. So in my mind, I was just thinking, okay, I need to do all the things that the big boxes are doing. I need to do what H&R Block and Jackson Hewitt and Liberty Tax, all of those folks were doing to get more clients. And unfortunately, none of these strategies gave me a return on investment. All of these strategies I lost money on outside of hiring people to help me. That actually was valuable. But all of these marketing campaigns did not make me a return on investment. So what's your return on investment is when you pay $1 for something and you get back $3 or $5 or $10. I paid $1 for this and I lost that dollar. And so if you really look at it, I lost time, I lost energy, and I really just felt like I threw money away. I lost tens of thousands, and when I added it up over the years, it was well over $70,000 in various marketing strategies that I had deployed over 5 or so years that just didn't bring me the return on investment. And I always tell people, yeah, did it stroke my ego to see my big head on a billboard on 8 Mile Road? Yeah. Did it stroke my ego when my girls used to text me like, girl, I just seen your TV commercial that played on the Arsenio Hall show at the time. Arsenio Hall show was his second show, was still out at the time. It was an ego stroke for me. But when I looked at it, the ego stroke wasn't worth the tens of thousands of dollars that I spent and the time that I could never get back that I wasted deploying those marketing strategies. And I always tell people that those were dark times for me. I was depressed during that time because I'm like, how is it that I'm deploying all this money into these advertising campaigns? I'm looking like I'm big. People in my sphere of influence think I'm doing it real big. But your girl was on a struggle bus. I was broke because every last available dollar that I had went right back into my business to grow my business, right? For marketing. And when I wasn't getting that ROI, it was like, it was confusing. It was like, I'm doing everything that I know to do, and I'm just not able to get the results that I know and what I thought other people was getting. So that's when it hit me. It was like, okay, I'm not able to break through the noise. I'm advertising like everybody else, and I'm forced to compete on price. And what I see today is people still doing the same things that I was doing several years ago when I was in business. They're not able to break through the noise. They're advertising like everyone else, and they're trying to just compete on price. And that's when I was like, okay, I need to come back and actually teach, how do you stay relevant in 2024? How do you not just talk about your credentials as an EA, your brand, saying biggest refund? Like when I'm friends with hundreds, probably thousands of tax and accounting pros. So when I scroll up my timeline, I'm seeing the exact same like flyers, like biggest refund, just the same type of marketing that's not really differentiating you guys from the competition. And it's also not value added. And this is what I learned. I was like, when you market with the end consumer in mind, when you market with teaching people how you can help them or how they can help themselves, that's when you start making money. Especially in today's climate, guys. There's a lady right now, an influencer who I've been following for years. She's one of the OG influencers in the industry. She teaches marketing, and I seen her ad, and her ad is touting how much money she's made doing her marketing activities. And I just clicked on it to see the response. I wanted to see what the feedback was. When you're a marketer, you're always looking at other people's ads. And in fact, if you're not looking at other people's ads, then you're not really trying to stand apart because you want to look at the competition, even though they might be in a different industry. You're always looking at other people's ad campaigns. So when I clicked on her ad and I saw I saw dozens and dozens of comments, and they were all negative. Everybody was like, we don't care how much money you make. Like, we are in a day and age, like, we don't care how much money you're making. We don't want to see the flash, the success. I think we're burnt out of it because that was the old way and how you attracted attention. Now people want to know, what can they do? How are you going to help them? How are you going to give them results? How are you going to make their lives easier? How can they get to that level? And so if you just market yourself as me too, and this is what I used to do too. I used to be like, me too. Here is the money that I made, and here's the success that I have. When you say, here's how you can get success, here's how you can save X, Y, and Z, or here's how somebody like you got these results. That's when you're going to start breaking through all the noise, because that's what people care about. People care about their situation, what they're going through, and how they can make their lives better. So when you learn that, and when I learned, this is when my life completely changed, because now I wasn't just, okay, hey, I'm an EA, I'm gonna get you the biggest refund. Now it was very specific on my marketing strategies. And again, when I teach this and when I taught this over the past 5 years, people that actually did it, that actually went out and started marketing with their end consumer in mind, always got success. Julia, she's one of my favorites to talk about because she didn't have social media. She's like, Krista, I don't even have a Facebook page or Instagram. She started her Facebook right after working with me, started doing the strategies, posting consistently, posting in actual Facebook groups, answering questions, being of service, helping people with their situation. Her niche is e-commerce. What it seems like overnight, but it was a couple of months. She was at several $1,000s plus per month. She was being interviewed by various e-commerce gurus. That's when you know you made it. When you can stay consistent for a short period of time, deploy the marketing activities to put yourself out there to show value and give value to other people. When you give value and be of service, everybody wants a piece of you. Everybody wants you to come on their platform. Now they want to invite you to speak on their podcast. Now they want to invite you to do a joint live together on Instagram. And that's what happened to Julia. She was given value. She was, for example, one of the strategies that I teach in my tax and accounting six-figure accelerator program is, how do you go on Facebook groups and just start answering questions? So if you go right now to all of your niche groups, and we'll talk about more about this in just a second, and just answer the last 5 to 10 tax or bookkeeping questions, that's going to give you free attention that you didn't have before. And people appreciate solid advice. They appreciate when you go above and beyond to try to help them. So that was just one way that she was able to get several e-commerce business owners, because she just started answering their answering their sales tax questions, or answering their inventory questions for free, 30 minutes a day. And people was, oh my God, thank you. I need you. I need you. So these strategies, I tell people, it's not, you don't have to be special. You don't have to be a man or a woman or a certain race for it to work. It's worked for all sorts of people, all sorts of demographics. And I'm very intentional about the people that I put up here, because I want you to see that it's not a race thing. It's not a gender thing. It is a value thing. When people see that you give value and people see that you actually care, it translates all lines of any bias that you might think could be a hindrance for you. So let's get into the actual marketing stack. So like I said, I'm going to go over the sweat equity, and then we're going to talk about the check equity. So the sweat equity, this is where you are utilizing your time and your energy to reach your ideal audience. So what's the pros of this? It's little to no money involved. This is where I'm going to show you in just a second. You're using social media to manually find your ideal clients. You're manually reaching out to them. You are taking out your phone, you're doing a live video on Instagram, you're posting a video on YouTube. All it takes is your time to do this. This is why we call it sweat equity. The other pro is that you can test different variations of your marketing strategy. You can test your call to action. You can test your graphics, your headlines, your text to actually see what works best for you. And what I mean by that is when you get to your paid ads, you gotta, it really helps you when you already know what people are responding to, what type of content that is already converting. You only going to know that if you test it for free. So post a video and post a headline and see what type of feedback did you get. Post this graphic and this text with this call to action and see what type of feedback you get. Now, once you do that, you pretty much did all of your testing for free. Now, when you go to paid ads, your ads are going to work faster because you already know what works as opposed to spending a lot of money trying to figure out what's going to work for you and not. So that's the pro of your sweat equity. The con just takes time. It does take time and consistency for the algorithms to start to show your videos to the right audience. But I would tell you, when you do your videos right, it's not going to take a year. The algorithms is working so fast now. You literally can go viral with your first 1 to 2 videos. We are in the age of truth now. I know you guys seen the Cat Williams interview. They had over 54 million views. And I had to go back and was like, what attracted me to that? Because he dropped that video on my birthday. It was January 4th, I believe, the day that he actually dropped the video. I remember the first video that he posted was like a 28-minute video of Cat Williams talking about the other entertainers and comedians in the industry. And what caught my attention was he was just telling his truth. He was just, you could tell it was a very transparent exchange. And this is the age that we're in. We're in the age of truth. We're in the age of transparency. And so this is what's going to help you stick out from the competition, just you being your authentic self. And I would say this has always been the case. Transparency has always won. Truth has always won. But it's even more so because of the type of climate that we're in right now. Whatever your truth is, now is the time to actually start weaving in your opinions, your thoughts on the type of content that we're going to talk about in tonight's training. And this is going to be a little bit of the differentiation that wasn't there before. Before it was just, I would teach people just do straight educational content. Educational content is still leading, and I'm going to show you and prove to you why that's the case. But now is a time where we're doing educational content, but we're actually weaving in our personal experiences. We're weaving in our darkest times, our clients' darkest times. Like, people want to hear the real. People want the real deal nowadays. So the sweat equity works, but don't sleep on this, because with the right content, the algorithm will work for you. This is what the algorithm's job. And when I say algorithm, all social media channels, they all work off of an algorithm. They want to feed content to people that is more likely to be consumed. And we're going to talk about, how do you know what's more likely to be consumed? They tell you what's more likely to be consumed. They show you what's more likely to be consumed with the trending topics. They show you what's more likely to be consumed with the suggestions that they make. And I'll show you about that in just a second too. So sweat equity is the way to go about getting clients, getting yourself out there in front of your ideal audience with spending little to no money. Then we transition into check equity. So with the right messaging, yes, the right messaging and lead magnet, you can get instant results. So I ran my ad, and immediately I think within the first couple of minutes, I had 10 leads, 10 people that signed up for this webinar. This was within minutes of me running the ad. I had 10 people that signed up for this webinar. So this is the power of check equity. It cost me a little bit of money to reach dozens and dozens of people, but I was laser focused with it, because based upon all of the free content that I gave and all of the free content that I've done over the past several years, I knew what would work on a paid ad. I knew what would catch people's attention. I knew I had to put the same picture of me standing out in front of my tax office, right, as the lead picture, because I know that worked in the past. It's going to work now. People want to see an image that they can resonate with. They want to see a call to action, a headline. They want to see text that they can resonate with. So when you do it right, when you do paid ad campaigns right, you are able to get instantaneous results. And for me, a result is a lead. It is super hard unless you're selling a $2 widget or a $20 widget to have somebody to show them an ad and have them pay $400 for your tax preparation services just off that one ad, or to have them pay $2,500 per month just off of that ad. So I'm going to talk about this when we get to the pay strategies, but you have to optimize for leads. I want you to write that down. When you're doing paid, when you're spending money, we are not the type of business, we are not selling back scratchers. We can't just say buy now. I love getting those ads from Amazon. Amazon shows me ads every single day, multiple times a day, because they know you put the right dress in front of me, you put the right shirt, I'm going to buy it now. But unfortunately, we don't have that type of service. You can't just put tax prep on somebody's timeline and they click on it, they pay you $400 without any reputation buildup or any credibility buildup. It's super hard for us to do that. So we need to optimize for leads, and I'm going to teach you how to do that tonight. Now, obviously, the cons for this is that it takes money, right? This is not something that you're going to be able to do with just $50. It's not. Like, just in the past 7 days, I spent almost $600. Easy, quick. But I'm going to tell you, I already made my money back 10 times over because I knew what type of ad campaigns would convert. And a lot of you probably already seen those ads online. It takes money to do this. It takes money to optimize your messaging and your graphics. And it has to be said, it does take a little bit of time to actually set all of this up. When I got those ad campaigns up, I would say it took me about a full day of just getting them set up. And I only ran 3 ads over the past 5 days. I set up 3 ad campaigns, and it took me several hours to set up the process, type out the text, do the headlines, choose what pictures I wanted to use. You have to optimize your ads based upon where they're going to show it throughout social media, right? They might show it on somebody's story. They might show it in the For You page or the suggested page. They might show it after a video. So you have to optimize the images for all of that. You got to create your landing page. So we're going to talk about all of this tonight, but it does take some time and energy to set up your check equity. So let's go through your multi-channel marketing strategy. Now, if you know me, you've been around me for some time, you know that I have always said that you should distribute your content throughout social media. And what that looks like is, okay, if I create a YouTube page or a YouTube video, I could take that same video and now break that down into a swipeable post for Instagram. I can upload that video to Facebook. I can break out that video, break out multiple segments of that video into bite-sized pieces and upload it to TikTok. I could take that video and write an article and put it on LinkedIn. And then I can also take that video and just put it on my website, put it on my blog, where when people Google me, they actually can find that content. It's going to push them to my actual website, where I can turn it into a blog. I can embed the video into that blog as well. So when people see this, it looks overwhelming because it's like, oh my God, like that's a lot. But what I would tell you tonight is, let's just get your foundations together. Let's just get the pages set up and start with the foundational aspects of deploying your sweat equity strategy so that you can get in front of your ideal client. So we're going to talk about YouTube. Shout out to Nora. Hey, Nora. Hope you don't mind me use your page. I think it's super bomb. Nora started her YouTube page after working with me. And I just happened to look at your page, Nora, just recently. And I'm really impressed with the type of metrics that she's getting. One, she has over 500 subscribers. She has 627 videos. That's really good, Nora. You've been posting. She has her book your free strategy call with me today. She has a beautiful professional profile picture here. And when we look at her popular videos, you see this? How do nonprofits get funding? She had 10,000 views on this. Do you have to file a 990 every year? She had almost 3,000 views on this. How do you start a nonprofit? She has 2.3 thousand views on this. So we can see clearly what Nora's niche is. Her niche is nonprofits. Now, I remember Nora, she texted me, sent me a message, probably it's been over a year now. And she was like, oh my God, I got my first strategy session booked from YouTube. And these people found her on YouTube. They found her through the content that she was posting. They booked a call with her and she ended up closing the client. Imagine when you stay consistent Imagine when you post content that people are actually looking for, this is the process that they take. So right now, people in the nonprofit industry, they're looking for content around how do I start my nonprofit? How do I get funding? How do I file my 990? I told Nora at the time, I was like, listen, you need to talk about all the 990 series. You need to do the long form 990, the 990 EZ, the 990 PF. I'm like, and then talk about that many different ways. Go over the tax return for this, go over the schedule for this. There's so many different ways that you guys can talk about tax and accounting that you have endless amounts of content, and your call to action is always going to be the same. It's always going to be to book a call with you or to download your lead magnet. Now, your lead magnet is just your freebie. What is the thing that you're going to give away for free that people would, if you were charging for it, pay for it? And I'll talk about more about that in just a second. So let's run through your checklist for your sweat equity. You need a YouTube page. Where did those 54 million views come from? From Cat Williams. It came from YouTube. So for people that think that YouTube is dead or YouTube doesn't work, that is a bunch of BS. YouTube is the largest platform. And I would even say YouTube has completely replaced almost the TV. How many of you guys actually sit down and actually watch apps on your TV? Like you probably pull up YouTube on your TV or Netflix on your TV. Like all of these applications have taken over traditional media. So when I go on YouTube, this is where I'm also catching up with politics, right? I'm catching up with the Republican primaries. I'm catching up with the news for the day. I'm watching some of my favorite influencers. I'm learning some of my favorite lessons. I'm watching my favorite documentaries. All of this is happening on YouTube right now. And so if you are not right now posting on YouTube, you are missing out on so much traffic, so much money, and you are missing out on the ability for the algorithm to work with you. You let the algorithm work with you. So here's your checklist. You need to have a branded display. You need to have your professional profile picture, and you need to have a branded display back here. Use hashtags. Whatever niche topic you're going to talk about, you have to use those hashtags just like you would any other platform. So hashtag nonprofit, hashtag 990. You want to put those hashtags in your video. Send people to your lead magnet. Your lead magnet is that thing that I just talked about that's free, that they would more than likely pay for it if you were charging for it. It's so good that they will probably pay for it, but you're going to give it away for free. So this could be a checklist, a case study, a toolkit, something that your ideal clients will want to give you their name and their email for. You want to pin your comments. So I'll show you what that looks like in just a second. But what you're going to do is you're going to make a comment to say, book your free strategy session, click the link here, or download this case study, click here, and then you're going to pin that to your comment. So when people go to your page, what's the first thing we do when we go view content? We want to see what the comments look like. The beautiful part about YouTube is they allow you to pin the comment to the top, and that allows you to get those eyeballs on your marketing piece for free. You're going to reply to all of your likes and comments. So people that posted on your video, people that liked it, you're actually going to respond to them and like the comments that they post. And then you do have to stick to a consistent posting schedule. Ideally, once a week at minimum should be your posting schedule for YouTube. So let me go to Nora's page really quick. And when we go to her page, we can actually see her engagement. So she had 507 likes, 26 comments. So let's look at her comments. She said, book a call. Look at Nora following me. She got her pinned comment. Go, Nora. You're making me proud. She got her pinned comment. You see this, book a call if you need help. Let's see what the replies say. She said the link is not clicking. So people trying to click on it, right? So she put it back in there. Somebody said, thank you for sharing. She replied, this one says, I'm having difficulty asking people for support. It's really affecting my charity organization. She replied, how can I join? She just got to reply to that one. Somebody said, I'm interested. She replied, how can I connect individuals? So you see this, like people are actually engaging with this. And this is just a short video, but you have to create the content for you to even get this type of result. These are 500 potential clients that she just reached with this one short of information that she was giving out for her niche. 500 potential clients. What if the majority of these people turn to be tax clients? Like that, like how would anybody's business overnight change if we actually turned our likes and our comments into actually paid clients? All of us would be thousandaires, millionaires, and beyond. She put her free masterclass down here. Join my free masterclass on how to get up to $10,000 within 30 days. That's her nonprofit. She put register here, right? She had 2 replies. Please share the registration link. So I'm just showing you just a little bit of how this actually works when you stay consistent. You do not need to be a big influencer to make thousands and thousands of dollars. Actually, when I first made, I would say my first, dang, it was like $250,000 from social media, as far as like I was getting clients strategically just from social media. I had about 1,000 to 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. I have over 25,000 now, but that first couple $100,000 only took 5 to 2,000 subscribers to actually reach the type of people that were paying for my services. And I did the exact same thing that I told Nora to do. I said, keep pushing everybody to book a call with you. When I made that first 250 from sending people, from like leveraging this traffic from social media, that was my call to action. It was a webinar or book a strategy session with me. Join my webinar or book a call with me if you just want to hop on the phone. And I ended up talking to well over 1,000 professionals that year, just pushing them to one of those options: book a call or join my webinar. So this is how you want your YouTube page to look. You got to have your banner, and you got to have a professional profile picture, and you just want to put on a cadence of at least once per week videos that you're going to post strategically to YouTube. Now, the other feature that I love about YouTube is that right here on the community tab, you can actually post like you would on social media. So they do have this area where you can post photos and you can post tidbits and tips. Use this as you would Instagram. So the same postings that you would post on Instagram, you can also double up and post them here on YouTube as well. But do not sleep on YouTube. Cat Williams' 54 million views was on YouTube, and they use other social media channels to push back that content back to this platform. YouTube by far is my favorite marketing strategy. Type a 1 in the chat if you're like, okay, Krista, you saw me on YouTube. I'm gonna start doing YouTube. I know I've been sleeping a little bit on it. I know I haven't been posting consistently on it, but I think I'm gonna start. Okay, you guys are typing a 1 in the chat. The other thing that I was telling you guys was that people are searching for content right now. Yeah, you guys are posting in the comments that you found me on YouTube. Exactly. And when people tell me that, they'll be like, yeah, Krista, I stumbled upon your video. I love when people say that. I'm like, no, you didn't stumble upon my video. I strategically created content that I knew you were searching for. Did you guys hear that? I strategically created content that I knew you were searching for. So if I want to do, go ahead and type a niche in the chat for me. Type a niche in the chat. I'm going to do a little espionage right now. Okay. Those niches came in really fast. So let's see real estate. Okay, let's do real estate because I see that a few different times. So I can type in real estate taxes. And then let's see, you see this? All of these are suggestions that YouTube is telling you people are looking for. So real estate taxes explained, real estate tax loopholes, real estate tax deductions. You guys see this? Real estate tax strategy. All of this, YouTube right now is telling you this is what people are searching for. They're searching for this. So if you typed in, if you want to do a video, real estate tax loopholes, you could do a video right now that says the top 5 real estate tax loopholes for 2024. I guarantee you this video will rank pretty quickly with the algorithm. Why? Because YouTube is already looking for content that is going over those suggested titles. They're already recommending content that is going over those suggested titles. This is what I mean by the algorithm. The algorithm has to know what people want to see, and it has to find the content that they want to see and match them together. So if you know what they want to see and you go out and create that content right now, I guarantee you, you start ranking and your videos start to get some views really fast because YouTube is already looking for this content to show people. They're already looking for it. The other thing that I like to do is look at, okay, what's the competition like? These are all potentially our competitors when you're talking about real estate taxes. So I'm going to see the most popular. Let's see if we can find the most popular really quick. So we're going to say view count. And we see how the rich avoiding paying taxes, 2.9 million views, exploring strategies like cash out refinancing for real estate success, Robert Kiyosaki, 2.7, how big earners reduce their taxes to zero, 2.5. So you could do an iteration of Grant Cardone's video, how big earners reduce their taxes to zero, but you're going to do an iteration of that for real estate. You're going to say how millionaire real estate agents or millionaire real estate investors reduce their taxes to zero, or top 5 strategies millionaire real estate investors reduce their taxes to zero. You're going to respin the title to make it your own, and then you're going to create your own content, and you can piggyback off of already viral content to piggyback off of the views and the algorithm that is already working for this type of content. You guys see that? Now, just by looking at what's already popular and going down this list of suggestions that YouTube is going to give me, I easily can have, man, 6 months worth of content. If I'm only doing one video per week, it's really easy to come up with 6 months of content just by grabbing all the suggested content and then by grabbing some of the most popular viral content pieces and respinning it into your own. Just doing this strategy alone is going to get your message, your value, your services in front of your ideal client. Okay. All right. So here's your checklist for this. And I'll give you guys can screenshot this if you want, but I'll also give you my slides too when I send you the replay so you can have it. So let's move on to Instagram. So one of my favorite people, my Cherie, we started working together in 2019, right? I think it was the end of 2018, but 2019 was a full year we started working together where we laid the foundation for her entire social media presence, as far as her partnering with other influencers, her doing her webinar, her staying consistent with video. I remember when she first did her video, she was one of the ones, I hope, Maestro, you don't mind me talking about this, but her video was upside down. So when she posted her very first video, she turned her phone sideways, and so the video was upside down, the very first video that she posted. So I want you guys to know, video content, nobody is perfect when we put ourselves out there. I don't know how many times I mess up on videos, or I said the wrong thing, or I might have mispronounced something. You can't take this stuff too seriously, I promise you, because if you do, you're never going to do it because you're going to be too insecure about being perfect. And what I want to tell you is that the imperfection that you have and that we all have, that is the most endearing quality about us, because people can relate with the imperfection. They can relate that you made fun of yourself because you mispronounced a word. They can relate that you was a little quirky when you said this one thing. Trying to be too perfect is actually going to hinder you, because you're going to be slow to take action because you want to make sure that it's absolutely perfect. And then 2, you're not going to be able to resonate with your tribe. When you put yourself out there on social, we all have our tribe that we resonate with. We all have the people that we're called to reach. And so the only way that's going to happen is if you unapologetically show up as yourself. You unapologetically come to social media as who you are and you give value. So your Instagram success checklist, you do need to brand your page. You need to brand your timeline. Ideally, just keep your color scheme consistent. Use your hashtags. Have your lead magnet, which is that freebie, your checklist, your cheat sheet. You're going to optimize your LinkedIn bio to actually show who do you help. And I'm going to show you my trees in just a second. The same as YouTube, you need to respond to the people that comment. People that are taking time out of their day to comment on your content, take the time to reply back or to even like or heart their message. This is going to show engagement with your audience, and it's going to make them appreciate you because you appreciate them. follow and engage with your niche prospects. So on Instagram, you need to search the hashtags to find your ideal clients, and you're going to engage with their content. I'll show you that in just a second. And then you're going to direct message your engaged followers as well as your new followers. So when I go on my Cherie page, she did this video, 3 ways to save money on your tax return, and somebody posted, I need your help. They actually just posted this 1 week ago. So like they're finding content from weeks ago, or content from weeks ago is still showing up in the algorithm. And they're like, I need your help. I'll DM you. This is just one example. So if I wanted to find more truck drivers, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to Instagram. I'm going to type in hashtag truck driver. And every single day throughout tax season, I'm going to either pay somebody to do this, or I'm going to, again, sweat equity. I'm going to spend 20 minutes a day reaching out to my own truck driver. So you got 2 million posts with people hashtagging truck driver. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to see her first because she's showing her face. She says, baby, trucker, trucks, live, strong woman, independent truck driver, truck nation, right? So I might go to her page, see who she is, and I might friend request her or follow her on here. She's a woman in the trucking industry. She looks like she's an up and coming influencer as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow her, and then I'm going to comment on the last 3 posts that she did, something meaningful. So you would comment whatever she was saying on here, you would comment something about that. Somebody said, what kind of truck is it? That's a good question. You might ask her a question. I'll comment on this one too. If it was funny, I might even say, that's really funny. And then I'll look at this and say, okay, what's she talking about on here? And I might comment on this one as well. What I want to do is I want to be strategic with being social on social media. I want to find everybody that's actually posting their face. I'm going to find this guy. See my ideal client? Is he a truck driver? Yep. He's a truck driver. He's also a content creator. He's 138,000. So I'm going to follow him. I'm going to comment on the last 3 posts that he made, something meaningful, something, and when I say meaningful, actually something that resonates with his posts. And once we do this, we're just trying to get his attention. We're just trying to get their attention. Now, the beautiful part about these folks that I'm finding really quick on this truck driving niche is that they're also influencers. So what am I also going to optimize for? I want to optimize to partner with him. So I might come on his platform. We might do a joint Facebook Live or Instagram Live together, and we might talk about trucking tax strategies right now. I might try to link up with him to be like, hey, oh my God, I love your content. I'm wondering if you'll be open to doing a joint Instagram Live together to talk about the latest tax strategies for truck drivers for 2024. Something like that I know is going to resonate with his audience, because guess what? Larry is looking to give value to his audience. He has 138,000 followers. So he's looking to give value to them. And if you have the value, such as the tax strategy, the tax planning strategies, we can use that to link with him. And so we'll actually call this a lateral partnership. Right? Lateral partnership, because he's an influencer and we can partner together. So I'm just going to spend 20 minutes every single day during tax season being intentional about finding my ideal clients and connecting with them and following them. Once I do that, they're going to follow me back. And that's when I can open up the opportunity, or the door rather, to send them a message on Instagram, introducing myself and giving them my lead magnet, either pushing them to my webinar, pushing them to a free strategy session, or pushing them to my free case study, whatever the case may be. But 20 minutes, guys, on Instagram, you have to be intentional about linking up with your ideal clients. Now, that was just one hashtag. I might also try the hashtag owner operator, for example. Let's try truck owner operator. Okay. So that's good. So 516 posts, not a lot, but that's okay. It's not a lot, but it's probably more niche, right? So you have more real people posting on this specific hashtag. So I'm going to go to their pages. I'm gonna just keep doing this strategy. I'm going to keep being intentional about connecting with my ideal clients. He's a dump truck driver. So I'm going to connect with him. I'm going to like the last 3 of his posts. That's going to get his attention. He's going to be like, who is this? Blowing up my notifications. He's going to come check out my page. Now, if I'm My Cherie, right, let's go back to My Cherie's page, since her niche is truck driving. If I'm My Cherie, When he goes back to my page, to automatically sell him on who I am and what I do and the value that I give. So she already branded as a trucker's accountant. She already has her Instagram page optimized, helping fleet owners pay the lowest taxes and increase profits with legal tax loopholes. She already has booked her, free discovery session. She should have a lead magnet in here probably somewhere too, where they can download a checklist, right? Here you go, free tax deduction masterclass. So this is a strategy for your IG. You want to optimize, you want to post your social content, your postings. Most importantly, your video content is going to help you meet the algorithm. Your video content is going to reach a lot of people, especially when you use the appropriate hashtags. Like I don't see the hashtags on this post. So Maishree, if you're listening, go ahead and put your hashtags on all of your videos that are resonating with your industry, like truck drivers, trucking, owner operator. You want to put all of those hashtags in there. So type 1, if you're like, okay, Krista, got it. Gonna start posting on my Instagram, gonna start using a hashtag tonight to find your idle clients. I don't care what industry you're in. I don't care if you're looking for dental, if you're looking for a restaurant, if you're looking for e-commerce, they're all here using the hashtags. You just got to use the hashtags and find your people and start actually being social with them. Use social media to be social with them, get their attention because you're going to blow up their notifications. They're going to check out your page. Your page is going to be optimized. And that's how you're going to get them to follow you back. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so let's move on to our next one. So now we got Facebook. All right. So Facebook is really one of my favorite. Facebook is like the of marketing because it was one of the very first, I would say, successful social media websites. I know we had MySpace. I know we had Black Planet, but Facebook is when the game changed, right? When Facebook came out, everything pretty much was streamlined and so many more people were connected. Facebook is where you don't want to sleep on as well because there is a demographic change, I would say, on Facebook, whereas more and more of, I would say, older, is it Gen Z people like that, 45 to 65 age group is on Facebook now, whereas 15 years ago, 20 years ago, they were not on Facebook. This is a good thing. The mere fact that my aunt and my grandmother is on Facebook is revolutionary. That means you can reach people between 25 and I would say 65 years old on Facebook. So not only has this platform expanded to include more demographics, but those demographics need what? They need you. They need taxes. They need bookkeeping. They need accounting. They need tax planning. So one of the things, again, that you want to do is make sure that your page is optimized. Have your lead magnet ready. Your intro is going to be optimized. So if we look at Julia's right here, she says, we help e-commerce sellers grow profitably and save money on taxes. And then she put her link right there. You want to make sure, again, that you're posting consistently. So remember what I said earlier, you don't have to post different content to every single platform. You're going to create one content piece, ideally a video. You're going to post that video and then you're going to chop that video into multiple types of media. So you can shrink that into shorts, put it on YouTube, shrink it into small TikToks. You can take that video and translate it into text or transcribe it to text and actually make it a blog post. You could take that video or that blog post and post it on LinkedIn. You don't have to create a lot of different content. It doesn't require you to do that every single day. You just need to create one piece of content and pay somebody on Upwork to chop up that content for you and mix it into those multiple different media outlets or media fronts that you're going to use for that one piece. Now on Facebook, we do have to friend requests. So this is a lot easier, in my opinion, than Instagram. So Instagram, the strategy was find your people using the hashtags and engage with them, right? The last 3 posts, leave meaningful comments because you want to blow up their notifications. So you can make them check you out and be like, who is this blowing up my notifications? Facebook is not that hard. You actually just send a friend request. And they're, by way of getting your friend request, they're going to be curious on who are you? and they're going to check your page out, which is why you also need your page optimized. Now, when we look at Julia's page, I'm going to tell you what she did right. She optimized her page. She got a professional profile picture. She followed the intro statement. But you see this? She's still posting consistently. She posts consistently. She's still what? Doing video consistently. Now, one of the things and one of the strategies that I said that worked for Julia was she went into the Facebook groups and she did a strategy that I call fishing. And I promise you guys, if you do this strategy tonight, it's going to guarantee you some clients. So for example, if I type in a niche right now, I'm going to type in real estate. Let's say my niche is real estate agents and investors. So I'm going to find my groups in here. And this is a good refresher for you, for those that have seen this strategy from me. I'm going to join as many real estate groups as possible first. That's number one. It's over 100 plus of these. But you see there's real estate, 18,000 people. Black real estate investors in Detroit, 12,000 people. New real estate agent, 76,000 people. Metro Detroit Real Estate Investors Group, 18,000 people, right? So once I'm in this group, this is where I'm going to actually start friend requesting people. But this is how Julia got really speedy results. She started fishing in the group. She started answering questions in the group. So for example, I can type in right now, or let's just see, let's go to new posts. And let's see what people are posting in this group really quick. They're looking for an owner, recently moved to Cincinnati, looking for some work, mold removal. Okay, now what we can do, we can go ahead and search this group. So let's go to this little search icon here, and we are going to search, let's say bookkeeping. Let's see what comes up. So they posted this February 3rd. This one was posted January 8th. She just posted her photo. I would recommend that you guys not do something like this. You don't want to advertise in the groups because a lot of these groups do not allow advertising. So try not to advertise. You just want to go in here and give value, right? You want to read these questions and see where can you add value at. So George posted this. He says, it's the annual, who do you use to do your taxes thread? And then he says, seem like it's easier to get married, get divorced, and raise a kid than to find a good tax person. Who do you use? We could see it's 51 comments on here. I'm not even going to tell them that I'm a tax and accounting person. What should I do on this post? I want to see if you guys are paying attention. What should I do on this post? He's actually asking, who do you use? If I am a tax and accounting, I'm an enrolled agent. What should I do on this post? Let's see if you guys got this. Tag my company. Nope, not it. But good try. Give value. Yes, Latoya. But Latoya, how do I give value? There you go. Lisa says give tips, cite credits and deductions. Yes. I'm going to come on this post and I'm going to start giving value. I'm going to say, here are the top 3 strategies that real estate investors need to be concerned with in 2024. And I'm going to give value. I'm not even going to have a call to action. I'm not even going to tell them I'm a tax professional. Why? Because we already have 51 people that are engaging on this post. What happens when I comment on this too? All 51 and 22, so 50, 60, 73 people are going to be notified that Krista Tyus, EA, also left a message or also made a comment on the thread. All 73 people are going to get this notified to them. And when they see what I left, it's going to be value packed. And they'll be like, that was good. That was good. I like her. And I can convert 73 potential clients and pick up a handful of them as business real estate investor clients. Most of them probably are S Corps or C Corps, or maybe they're scheduled that they're just following Schedule E1040, but it doesn't matter. It's still a more complex tax return that's going to be on the higher end of my tax fee. That's just one. I'm just going to post value. Let's try another. Let's look for QuickBooks. Let's see what people are asking around QuickBooks. This one was posted January 22nd. That was what, 5 days ago? He says, QuickBooks help. Who can give me a little advice? I'm being told by my tax guy I need to switch from spreadsheets to QuickBooks. I'm excited about it, but it takes filing taxes easier. But it makes filing taxes easier than fine questions. Which plans do you use? Do you pay for a plan for each LLC? If you have a 50-50 partnership, can you use one plan? Guess what? I'm going to answer his question, but I'm going to answer it so detailed. Like I'm probably going to end up with a book but by the time I answer his question, because you want to go above and beyond when you get value. You just don't want to answer with one or two sentences. No, you want to go above and beyond when you answer these folks' question. Now, again, what's going to happen when I make a comment and I really give him all of the value? All 24 people that engage with this post are going to be notified, including Scott, who posted it. And I now have a high chance to not only get him as a client, but pick up other people who've seen my thoughtful, written, value added post as well. So I want to listen, guys, spend 1 hour just doing this strategy. I guarantee you it's going to get you attention. It's going to get people to start reaching out to you. This is one of those strategies where you give enough value. You wake up every single day to 3, 4, 5 DMs, people asking you for help. They're literally coming to you and you didn't even pay no money for marketing. You literally are doing this, sitting on your couch, eating a bowl of ice cream, just answering people's questions. This one says, looking for a full-time or part-time bookkeeper with experience in apartment management, QuickBooks, and Appfolio would be a plus. Please PM me, thanks. What would you guys put on this post? I'm not even going to PM him, but what would I put to actually showcase my value and showcase that I'm different from everybody else? He says, looking for a full-time or part-time bookkeeper with experience in apartment management, QuickBooks. So for me, I might list out several ways to help him manage his portfolio. He has an apartment complex. So I'm going to give him tips like, hey, Paul, just want to shoot down some quick tips for you and anyone else that might have apartments and might have a bigger portfolio. Here's what you need to know. One, Appfolio. I'm going to start just giving him a ton of value, and I'm going to get Paul to DM me. I'm not even going to DM him. I'm going to leave so much value on this post that he's going to slide in my DMs. Because he's gonna be like, yo, that was amazing. I need you. I need your help. And then other people that saw my post are gonna be like, that was amazing. I need you too. So I'm gonna just go down and just answer these questions. Okay, so what did we see? We saw that there were 20 plus real estate investor groups with hundreds of thousands of people collectively. I'm going to do this. I'm going to spend 15 minutes in each group just answering tax and bookkeeping questions. I guarantee you, your inboxes is going to be off the chain. Now, what happened to Julia? Let's go back to Julia before we move on. Let me show you what happened to Julia. So she started answering questions. I call this fishing because it's throwing out bait. And then you just wheeling them back in. Your value added post, you answering these questions is bait. And people are just going to bite the bait and they're going to DM you. They're going to type a message on the comment. Oh, that's great. I need you. Or they might just start answering additional questions. That's okay too. Listen, guys, don't be afraid to give the value. Don't be afraid to let them know. Of course, you can't give them full-blown tax planning advice, and you're going to make sure you make that known if they're asking you very specific feedback on how they should structure their business and so forth. You can say, hey, without knowing your specific situation, I can't give you full-blown tax accounting advice, but here's what you need to know. And you can at least let them know all the value punches that they need to know to get them on the right track. And that's it. Listen, guys, let your knowledge do the job for you, because they're going to DM you. They're going to be like, how can I reach out? I wouldn't even leave my number. I wouldn't leave my email unless they ask for it. You want people to literally come asking you, how can I work with you? How can I get in contact with you? Can I book a call with you? I would pay to talk to you. This is what happens when you just give people value. And this is for free. You can do this for free right now. Okay. So what did Julia do? She went into the e-commerce groups, messed around, answered a few people's questions. What happened? She got several people to slide in her DMs to book a call with her, but she also caught the attention of the admins of the group, the people that run the group. You guys hear that? She caught the attention of the admins that run the group. What did the admins do? The admins was like, oh my God, you're so amazing. You answer all these questions for free. You are such a value add to my community. Can I interview you? Can I interview you? Can we do this like intentionally where you come on my platform and we actually just legit talk about taxes, accounting, and bookkeeping for this niche? She was able to get several interviews over the past since Julia started working with me in 2019. This lady has been on several platforms, e-commerce platforms. And this is from somebody who didn't have a social media. She didn't have a social media, and I had to harass her for months to do a video. She went into the groups, she gave value. The admins was like, hey, can we interview you? This is her seventh plus interview that she's done with someone who has a platform. This person has almost 10,000 subscribers of e-commerce moms. Her name is Reseller Mom. So she teaches moms how to sell on e-commerce. You guys see that? That's where you want to be. You want to be so value added that people, the admins of these groups, are sliding in your DM to thank you for being valuable, to thank you for supporting their community with this free information, to not be selling and promoting your business in their group, that you legit are just giving value. I personally have hired several tax and accounting pros from my groups because they was doing this strategy in my group, right? So not intentionally, I don't think, but I've had people that I paid 6 figures salary before because they were just helpful in the group. One of the ladies, every time somebody posted something, she would just answer the question and she would put down resources. And I was just so thankful that she was just so giving with her knowledge and stuff that I DM'd her. I was like, hey, can we talk? Do you want to get paid for this? I would pay you intentionally to help me coach and help me support. So I've worked with many of my own clients because they've been a service for me and my company. Most of the people that you ever see me partner with or work with was because they were of value to me before I even hired them, because that's just what they wanted to do. That's just who they were. And it caught my eye like, oh man, you want to get paid for this? I would pay you intentionally. So this is the power of Facebook, guys. And I actually like the fact that our grandmothers and grandfathers and the older population are now on Facebook, because that's just more people that you can market to. Now, even more of your ideal clients are on social media right now. Okay. Who's here going to do this phishing strategy tonight? Who's here, or tomorrow at least? Who's here going to go in your niche groups, be very stealth, and just start answering questions and go all in, guys. Don't be skimping. So for example, like even on my group, like I can't teach you guys something that I can't do myself. So let me go back. So let me show you. So for example, even when people post in my group, so for example, I'll show you the last. So Sanella posted this question 4 days ago. And I want you to you see how long my response was? I didn't just give her a few sentences. I actually gave her a fully thought out. It took me a minute to type that out. Somebody else asked another question. Vivian asked this question 4 days ago. You see how long my response is? I didn't just give her a few bits. Like I actually went above and beyond and I broke down everything for her. This is how I want you guys to answer these questions in these Facebook groups. Do not go in there skimping on the info. Literally give all the info. I promise you. I used to say this all the time. You could tell somebody exactly how to do something. They're still going to want to pay you to do it. Why do you guys think that's the case? You literally can go into all these Facebook groups and tell them exactly how to be a S corp, the exact form to file. You could put the instructions on there as well. They are still going to want to pay you. Why? Because it's too overwhelming. Time. Latoya said it. Time. So do not be afraid to go into these groups and actually tell them, here's how you become an S corp. Here's the compliance requirements that you need to know. Here's how you need to be looking at reasonable payroll. Cite your sources. So if I cite something if I'm actually giving somebody tax advice, I'm always going to cite my source. So Heather posted this question. It was a tax law question. You see my response to her? I gave her a full-blown response with 2 examples. And then I referenced the tax law because I want you to know, listen, I'm trying to substantiate what I'm telling you. So I reference the tax law portion of this. Do this in those groups. Give them full-blown responses, include examples if you can, and give them a reference to say, here's a reference. If you need more support, feel free to reach out. I promise you, this is like printing your own money. Clients gonna be coming to you left and right in your DMs. Now, the only thing about your DMs, make sure you check your request DMs because Facebook, Instagram, they have two separate funnels for your DMs. So you have your regular DMs, people that you're friends with, and then they have the other box. Some clients I've seen, those are the potential clients for me and my other box, and I never saw the message because it got filtered out. So when you do these strategies, make sure you check in both of your DMs every single day because you will accidentally miss somebody. They'll probably accidentally get filtered out. Okay. This is Facebook. Now, the last thing I just want to add on here is please make sure that you are actively friend requesting people on Facebook every single day in these groups. That's what's going to help you when you actually post content. So again, going back to Julie's page, the reason why she can post content and she actually get people to book a call with her is because a lot of the people who she's friends with are people in e-commerce. So don't negate that fact. You have to be consistent on just friend requesting people every single day on Facebook so that when you do post that content, it's going to resonate with them. Okay, cool. So here's your checklist for Facebook. Now moving on, we're almost through this. So TikTok, so bittersweet. I love the fact that when I went on TikTok earlier, I was like, I know I'm going to find my clients on here because these strategies translate over. If I taught Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, the same strategy, and YouTube, the same strategies that you're doing on those platforms, it's the same thing on TikTok, guys. TikTok is no different. It's just micronized content. So I found this Christian. He used to be a client a few years ago, and I stumbled upon him. I just typed in tax prep. You guys see this search result? Actually, screenshot what I was searching. And his post was one of the posts that came up. He had 309 likes on here. He had 131 people save it. He had 18 people share it. And he was just legit just talking like he was talking to a friend on the questions you need to ask your tax preparer. He was like, you need to make sure that your tax preparer asks them about this and asks them about that. And it was so conversational. So I would say the difference with TikTok is the content is a lot more relaxed. So you want to talk to TikTok like you're talking to a friend. Like you actually, all your content should be like that. But TikTok more, you want to keep it very personalized, very like secret society. Like the TikToks that perform well, they're like teaching you or putting you up on something that wasn't available before. They'll be like, here's the top 3 secret spots that you want to go to in LA, right? It's like this secret society on TikTok. They think that this information is brand new. That's how you want to come at TikTok. So you want to say the top 3 secrets that real estate investors need to be deploying right now in 2024, right? And then you have like your minute or 2-minute video, even longer nowadays, going over those strategies. But one thing that I saw somebody post this on Instagram, she was like, yeah, people don't want just educational content no more. And I would disagree with that. People are searching for educational content. People want to learn. People want to understand how they can change their situation, but they want it in a real, transparent way. And I think that's what she should have harped on. Like people still want educational content, but they want it in a real, transparent way. So when I type in tax prep, these are the suggestions that TikTok gave me. Right now, TikTok is looking for tax preparation course, tax preparer salary, tax preparer Atlanta, tax preparers be like, tax preparer Black women, tax preparer photo shoot, tax preparer Chicago. I could keep going. And I might even just say tax preparation and actually see additional points that they might be suggesting. But it's nothing for you to take this and do content around. So you might want to do tax preparers be like. You might want to do tax preparer Chicago. So you might want whatever your city is. I'm pretty sure people are searching for tax preparer or tax preparation, their niche, tax preparer, tax preparation, their city. So you could do content and actually talk about here's what you need to know when looking for a tax professional in Chicago or in the X area, and do that secret society TikTok spiel. These are super, super simple to create, but really effective when you give value. Again, people want realness, they want transparency. They're tired of gatekeepers. They're tired of just a few people having the information. So give them all the details, give them everything for free, and that's how you're going to get the clientele. So this is your success checklist for TikTok. Again, branded profile photo, use your hashtags, have your lead magnet in your info on your TikTok page where you can actually say, click the link below to download or to get your free XY. Because remember, we want to optimize for leads. Reply to all of your likes or reply to all of your comments and make sure that you heart all of your comments. And then you just want to have a consistent cadence for this as well. Consistent at least once a week, but TikTok is something that you want to get into the habit of having a batch of content once a day. And that's not hard to do because, for example, you could take a YouTube video that you did for 30 minutes and you can break that down into literally a week's worth of TikTok content, posting 3 times a day. Like that 1 30-minute video can be 3 videos a day for the next 7 days. So the same one video that you do a week, you can have somebody break that down for you and help you upload that. Just go to Upwork, go to Fiverr and search for TikTok social media content creator. And you will be able to get dozens of people that's going to apply for you to help cut this content up for you. And they'll even do the words on the screen, the whole 9 for you. They'll also help you utilizing the suggestions that TikTok gives you. They'll also help you find additional content that's trending, sounds that's trending. And this person is super cheap, guys. Somebody to stay on top of your social media, you're going to pay $50 a week. You're going to pay them $6 to $8 an hour to spend a few hours cutting up some videos and finding you the next content, the next viral content pieces to talk about. Okay. Now let's go to LinkedIn. LinkedIn is still an OG, guys. Don't sleep on LinkedIn. People are still on LinkedIn, especially your professionals. Your LinkedIn page should be branded. This is my old truckers accountant page. It says, I help truck owner operators with tax and accounting strategies that allows you to make money, and save time. Again, have your lead magnet where they can access it. I will also probably update this and say, click this link to download your free truck driver case study, for example. I'm going to make sure that I'm replying to all of my comments. I'm going to heart anybody that took the time out to engage with me. I'm going to have a consistent posting schedule for LinkedIn. I'm going to friend request and engage my niche prospects, and I'm going to direct message. So LinkedIn is one of those that's very similar to Facebook, where once we start friend requesting people on this platform, now we can just freely message them. And you guys know I prefer voice notes. So my voice note is just going to introduce myself, is going to say something personal about them that they posted on their page that I can actually relate to. And I'm going to either leave them my lead magnet or ask them to hop on a strategy session with me. So I'm either going to say, click the link below to get access to this masterclass, this case study, this checklist, this toolkit, or I'm going to say, book your free 15-minute coffee chat with me. I'd love to hop on a call to see how I can help you get this result this year. LinkedIn is one of those where it's also really great to take your video content and get it transcribed, which YouTube would actually transcribe your videos for you. You don't actually have to pay a separate service for that. You can get your videos transcribed on YouTube once you post it on there. And you can take that and have somebody just clean it up for you into a blog post, into an article. And you can actually post that same video content, but post it as an article on LinkedIn. You can post a written version. I would still also post a video version too, because prefer different types of media formats to consume. Some people would prefer to read it. Other people would prefer to watch the video of it. I will personally tell you that I've gotten dozens of bookkeeping and monthly service clients from LinkedIn. This is a really great platform to get the monthly bookkeeping. And not only with that, those monthly bookkeeping clients turned into business tax preparation clients. She was a physical therapist. She had a physical therapy company on here. She actually found me through my content. So there's a lot of people. She said she was looking for a QuickBooks Pro advisor. She was looking for somebody that specialized in QuickBooks. One of the hashtags that I used for one of my content pieces had QuickBooks in it. You can also optimize your page up here to where you can put those hashtags up there as well. So when people search those hashtags or those keywords, you're more likely to come up as well. So people are searching LinkedIn, they're searching Facebook, they're searching Instagram, they're searching TikTok, like they're all searching for content and they're searching for service providers like you right now. All right. Now, Google, all I want you to do is just make sure you're optimized on Google. So what you need to do, make sure you claim your business profile. Make sure that it is meticulous. All of your client contact or all of your contact information is up to date. Make sure that you are soliciting reviews for your Google listing. You need to be sending your link. I told my clients a few weeks ago, I said I was working with a service provider. And while I was on the phone with him, he said, I'm going to text you this Google link. If you could leave me a review while I'm finishing up your paperwork while we're on the phone right now, can you please leave a review? He did that while I was on the phone with him. And then he disguised it as while I'm finishing up your paperwork. He had no paperwork to finish. My paperwork was already done. He just wanted to make sure before I got off the phone that I left him a Google review. When I went on there, he had thousands of reviews, positive reviews on his Google listing. And when you search for his service, he now organically ranks as #1 for that type of service. So I thought I learned something myself. I was like, man, that was really powerful that he like pretty much made me leave him a review while we were on the phone. So I tell clients, I was telling my clients earlier today, I said, when you are giving your tax clients their review of their tax return, ask them right then and there, can they go ahead and leave you a review on Google or your preferred platform? Google is like the preferred reviews because when somebody actually Googles you, that's going to come up first. But while you are giving your clients their offboarding call for their tax preparation or for their bookkeeping or whatever, please ask for reviews and then also use it as an opportunity to ask for any referrals as well. You can't be shy in asking for this stuff, guys. And in fact, a lot of these people that have the most reviews is because they asked for it. They sent the follow-up email, recap email, and they asked for it. Okay. So all these checklists I'm going to give to you. So that's your sweat equity. My firm belief is that if you get this down packed, you're going to be good to go and start generating some clients right now while you're working on the funds and while you're working on the money to go out and invest in paid marketing strategies. So now we're going to transition into our paid campaigns. And I'm going to go over the 4 primary paid digital marketing strategies that I know is going to accelerate your reach, is actually going to help you reach more people in 2024. So this is your funnel. So I want you to look at this carefully. Here we have a Facebook ad from my business Facebook page. So it says owner operator case study, how this owner operator saved $27,500 in taxes and added 2 trucks in 12 months. So your funnel, when you're talking about paid ads, you guys see, I didn't say biggest refund, come to me, I could do your taxes. No, I'm giving them value. I said how this owner operator saved $27,500 in taxes and added 2 trucks in 12 months. I'm running an ad to something that I know they care about. I'm running an ad to something that I know that they would pay to have this information if I was selling it, but I'm not. This is free. Once they click on this ad, it's going to take them to this landing page where it's going to say the same thing. When you are running paid ads, you want to make sure that you have continuity. So whatever your paid ad says, you need to make sure that the landing page says the same thing. There needs to be continuity or people are going to drop off. So the landing page says free case study, how this owner operator saved $27,500 in taxes and added 2 trucks to his fleet. And then it has some bullet points and it says, give me the free case study now. So once they put in their contact information, then it's going to take them to this video training that I did. And it's about a 15 or so minute video training of me walking through this case study. Once they're on this page, you see the next call to action. It says, yes, book my free 30-minute truckers strategy session. You guys see that? Yes, book my free 30-minute trucker strategy session. This is how you want to run paid ads. You want to run it to something of value, to a landing page that's going to collect their first name and their email address. And then you want to show them your freebie, your value added piece. Now, why am I optimizing for leads right now? Why am I optimizing for leads? Type in chat. Yeah, Latoya says send them emails. April says get their email. Karina says after tax season marketing. Laquita says to run campaigns. Nora says to book the calendar. Miosha says follow up. Yes, all of you guys are perfect. You're absolutely right. Again, you can't run an ad like this, guys. I'm gonna just Google, watch this. I'm gonna Google tax prep flyer. Watch this. I'm gonna go to images. And this is what your competition is out there. This is what they're running ads to. And no offense to anybody that's running ads like this. I'm just trying to tell you how you could differentiate yourself. So no offense if this is some of your content up here, or you've run content like this. I have too, trust me. And it didn't work. But this is what people are running ads to right now. They're saying professional tax prep service, 100% guaranteed, tax returns, bookkeeping, maximum business tax refund, our advantages. This is how the majority of your client or of your competition, this is what they're running. Tax prep services, tax preparation, financial reports, audit protection, credit restoration. This is it, guys. Adam's tax prep service. What's the difference from, let me pull this other piece up. Let me actually pull up the funnel for you guys. What is the notable difference from what I just showed you and me actually posting this? How this owner operator saved $27,500 in taxes and added 2 trucks to his fleet. Enter your name, enter your email address. What's the difference than this? Adam's tax prep service, tax prep services. The flyers look good, don't they? The flyers look good, but we don't care. Your client, like the people that's looking at this, they don't care. They're like, okay, you and 20 other tax preparers on my timeline is saying the exact same thing. Virtual tax preparation, simple online forms, documents upload, remote signature. We all got this. If you owe, we can help. We all can help. Right? So listen, we have to personalize it, especially when you're talking about putting money behind this stuff. The quickest way for you to go broke is to put money behind an ad that looks and says something like this, or like any of these. So what we do, we put something that we know they want. We know they gonna easily give up their name and their number, or their name and their email for this. Now, when we get their name and their email, again, it's going to take them to part 2 of our funnel. Part 2 is we're going to give them value. What did I say about value earlier? We are in the age of transparency. We are in the age of eliminating the gatekeepers. We are in the age of everything just being real and raw, and people just being honest and themselves and who they are. We're tired of being lied to. We're tired of people putting up fronts on who they're portraying to be, but they're not. We want the real, honest to goodness resources. We want to know that you care about what we're going through. You care about helping me, not just you. You care about me, helping me get results. I'm embodying your customers right now. Your customers care about themselves. They're worried about how they're going to pay their bills. They're worried about their tax strategy, how they can make sure that they get the most back because they have plans for this money. They plan on buying their new home, or using it for a down payment, or using it to pay for furniture, or using it to buy a new car, or helping them pay down their debt. They care about themselves. So the more you keep marketing you, the more you're pulling yourself away from your ideal client. You have to start marketing what they care about. So whatever your niche is, this is how your paid marketing campaign should look. It should be a Facebook ad, Instagram ad, or any ad, I would say, straight to a landing page that's going to ask them for their name and email, straight to value, give them value. In this video, at the end of the video, I tell them to book a call with me. And guess what? The link is going to be right here. They click on it. It's going to take them to my Calendly page, my Acuity scheduling, whatever calendar booking page you use for them to book a call with you. When you run ads, this is what you need. Now, what is it going to take for you to do this? It's just going to take for you to create your case study. I would highly recommend that you create a case study that is video. You can obviously do this written. You could just type it up into an ebook or something like that. But I found that video content allows you to build that know and trust with somebody, with a complete stranger, really fast. So when you listen to my case study, I'm actually walking through this strategy. And then at the end of this call or of this video, I'm walking through how I can work with them. I'm going over the packages that I have. And I'm formally asking them to click the link below to book their strategy session with me and who I am. But I earned the right to tell them to book a call, because for 14 minutes, I literally gave them the strategy to save $27,000 plus in taxes and acquire 2 new trucks. I gave that to them in 14 minutes. And then I made the transition for them to book a call. Now, not everybody is going to be ready to book a call, which is fine. But what did we get? We got their email already. So now we can give them more value every single week. We can send them an email campaign. Every single week, we can send them valuable information. Every single week, when we send them valuable information, we can ask them to book a call with us if they already haven't done so. Every single week, every single month, I get to nurture this audience. There are people, some of you guys probably, that have been on my email list for 5 years. And you're just now becoming a client. There are people that I ran ads to 5 years ago, or that I've gotten your email address 6 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago. And you're just now buying from me. You're just now becoming a client. But I've been able to nurture you. I've been able to drip to you. I've been able to send you valuable information, send you updates on what I'm doing and the programs that I'm offering. This is the same strategy for you. So I want you guys to type in chat, what is your lead magnet that you're going to do? Feel free to steal mine. If you want to do this and just change out the offer, guys, you got it. Do it. Because I want you to win, and I already know that this works. Like, this headline with this works specifically for truck owner operators. If you do it, make it a little bit different, because obviously I don't know how many people on here is going after the trucker owner operator niche. You guys want to do the exact same thing. Make it different, make it your own, but you do want to think about, okay, what does my niche care about? What does my niche care about? And that's what you want to create your case study around. So this could say real estate. This could say restaurant. This could say e-commerce. It doesn't matter. You want to target it after the niche and then put in what is that big goal that your niche want to achieve. For restaurants, they want to add more locations. For e-commerce, they want to scale to 8 figures or multi 7 figures. What's that big goal for your ideal clients? Sylvia says stealing, not reinventing the wheel. You're going to modify it a little bit. Yes, Sylvia, go ahead. Joy says, I have a list of freebies like how to grow business when broke. Okay, beautiful. I would just say, just make sure it's a niche specific. So Chanel says, I'm thinking small business owners. Yeah, I would just say, just make it niche specific. You have to go after a specific set of people when you're talking about paid ads. Why? Because I can come in here now and I can go into Facebook and I literally can run ads to real estate investors. I can run ads to truck drivers. I can run ads to truck drivers who also have a Facebook business page. So I know that they for real. Like, this is the power of having a niche, especially when you're going to put some money behind it, because that's what's going to help you reach more people in less time. So your funnel is very simple for your paid ads, most specifically with Instagram and Facebook. You're going to have your ad campaign that's going to shoot out your freebie, something that they would pay for if you were selling it. It's going to take them to the landing page. That's going to take them to your video page where it's actually going to showcase what they signed up for with the link to book below. And that's going to book you out with strategy sessions. Now, how much do you run to an ad like this? You run, I would say, about $20 per day. I know that sounds like a lot to some of you. $20 per day is going to get you enough data for you to see how it's working for you. After about 3 to 4 days, 2, 4, 6 days, I would say get to about $100. You should see readily, you should be like, oh man, I got 50 leads, or I got 20 leads, or I got 30 leads. Like, you should be able to clearly see how many leads that you got. Remember, when I started this class, I said, we're going to optimize for leads. We're going to optimize for that name and email. That is the currency that you want. Because I know that if you optimize for that, I'm still living off of leads that I got 5 years ago. I'm still making money from leads that I got 5 years ago. So I know the leads are the currency. And now you can nurture those and put those to social media. Now, LinkedIn, here's what we do on LinkedIn when you're talking about paid ads. So you know how earlier I was telling you guys that when you're on Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram that we want to reach out to DMs and that I prefer voice notes? Well, LinkedIn has an ad campaign strategy where you can promote a paid message to all of your niche clients. For example, if we do this manually, if we go to LinkedIn, I would have to manually reach out to all these people, to all of my niche clients one by one. There's some software out there that uses it, but LinkedIn doesn't like when you use that software and they'll try to close out your account. But I will have to go through my followers and I will have to reach out to all these people one by one like this. I will go to their page and I will send them a message. And for each one, I would send them my lead magnet, for example. So let's just say I'm still going after truck owner operators. So I'm going to take my link and I'm going to say, this page doesn't exist. Okay, LinkedIn. So I'm going to take my link and I'm going to message everybody who fits this bill that I'm already connected to. And I'm going to send them a message to say, hey, Troy, I see that you're a truck driver. Just wanted to shoot you over this free case study that I did on how owner operators can save $27,000 in taxes and add 2 additional trucks to their fleet in less than 12 months. Click here to watch it for free. I'm going to do that to 100 people per day. This is how the sweat equity that I'm telling you guys about, this is how I can get leads for free. I'm going to manually do this. LinkedIn has a strategy that you can pay to put your message in thousands of people inboxes like that. You could pay 100 or so bucks, and this is what it looked like. So my sponsored post would say, hey, and it say, just wanted to shoot you a free case study on how this owner operator saved over $27,000 in taxes and bought 2 additional trucks. And then it says view. And then it asks them to book a call. But we can change this to, it can go straight to your lead magnet. It can go straight to your video that you want them to view from this. But you see how powerful this is? We can do an ad and get into literally 10,000 truck drivers on LinkedIn all at the same time in 1 second, just by putting the inbox to all of their, InMail to all of their inboxes. Now you can do this with any niche. Let's say you want to message 10,000 people right now on LinkedIn, but we could just target e-commerce, restaurant, real estate investors, real estate agents. It doesn't matter what industry, nonprofits. You tell LinkedIn what industry you want to send this message to. They have all the people already. Because why? Look, we tell LinkedIn what job we're in. You could tell LinkedIn, I want to reach all CEOs who work in this industry, or I want to reach all vice presidents who work in this industry. That's how specific your ad campaigns can be. And you can just type up a message and put them into literally tens of thousands of LinkedIn inboxes in a matter of minutes. This is one of my favorite pay ads on LinkedIn. They do have others that you can do where you see this ad over here. I really don't care about these ads. You could do them, but I really love the inbox feature to get into all these inboxes. And if you got a good message like this, you're going to get some traction. You get into 10,000 inboxes telling them a free case study on how they can save $27,000 for their niche. You don't think you won't get a few hundred, if not a few thousand leads, pushing them to your case study like this? Absolutely. If you do the LinkedIn ad strategy, that is what I would recommend. I would recommend doing the inbox leads to all nonprofits, to all real estate investors, to all real estate, whatever your niche is, pushing them to your funnel. Your funnel is here. That's going to ask them for their name and their email. And that's going to get you booked strategy sessions. Okay. Now, Google ads are very interesting because, and I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on this because, for example, if I was to type in taxes near Los Angeles, or let's say tax preparer near Los Angeles, you see who's advertising? H&R Block, TurboTax, 1-800-Accountant, Thumbtack, all corporate companies. What I would do, I would make sure that you are running some dollars. If you're going to put some money into this, run some dollars to dominate your niche and your location. So if somebody asks for a tax preparer for truck drivers, for example, since I'm on the truck driver niche, you can target these keywords and your business will show up first. So I would do the same strategy. If somebody typed in tax preparer for truck drivers near me or near Los Angeles or near whatever city or state that they were in, one of your ads would be the first. Again, I would not do something like this. We'll do your taxes for you. Trucking tax preparers, Schrodel, Scullin, and Bestick, trucking tax services. Find a trusted expert near you. I would not spend money on this generic. They can do it because guess what? TurboTax have deep pockets. 1-800-Accountant, they have deep pockets. They can advertise generically. I would never advertise generically ever again in my life because I know that was the quickest way I went broke. If I'm going to target these keywords for Google, I'm going to make sure that it's going to say this. It's going to say free case study, how this owner operator saved $27,500 in taxes. That is going to be my headline right here. And that's what's going to have me have way more truck drivers that use these keywords to click on my sponsor ad over a 1-800 account. This is how you beat the big dogs. The more specific you are, the better. The more specific you are, the more likely you're going to beat somebody that's just advertising the same way. I don't even know who Schrodel, Scullin, and Bestick are, but I'll beat them on some paid ads. I know that much because I'm going to advertise what people actually care about, what's actually going to get their attention, what's actually going to get them to click. So again, free case study, how this owner operator saved $27,500 in taxes. This is what's going to be on my ad campaign for Google. I'm also, what I told you guys before, make sure you're like this one, the trucker tax lady, she doesn't have any reviews. She doesn't have anything. Like, she needs to change this. She needs to get some, even if she sent it to family, somebody needs to be reviewing her page. She should have some stars on there. I know me personally, I would not go to a service provider that didn't have any stars on Google, any in any Google page where I can't review them. I'm talking about locally. You're right. So you think about the people that are searching for this, they're more likely looking for somebody locally, which is fine too, because that means we can even be more highly leveraged with our advertising money because we are targeting local keywords. Now, you don't have to stay in your city. If you're in a small city, you're like, hey, Krista, I'm in Meridian, Mississippi. Okay, maybe you're going to target the next metro area over. Maybe you're going to target Jackson. Maybe you're going to target some other cities keywords where you don't have to just stay in a small community if you are in a very small community like Meridian, Mississippi. Now, do you guys see how the strategy was the same for every platform? Facebook, Instagram, Google. Your funnel is always going to push towards something free that they would have paid for. That's how you're going to get their attention, and that's how you're going to make sure that you get the lead. Now, let's talk about retargeting campaigns, because this is what you can do now. And this is where you're going to get a little bit technical, because all of this stuff is a little bit technical on the back end. If you already have a client base right now, you can take your existing tax client base and you can upload it to Facebook, and you can have Facebook hash these names and identifiers. What that means is I took my list of people that I have on my database over the past 6 years and I uploaded it to Facebook. Type a 2 in the chat if you saw my Facebook ad, any Facebook ad over the past 5 days, Facebook or Instagram. Type a 2 for me if you just seen any one of my ads over the weekend, over the past 5 or so days. Okay, Ashley says Facebook. Okay. So a handful of you guys is coming in, Facebook, Instagram. Okay, perfect. So I took all of my database and I uploaded you to Facebook. And I said Facebook and Instagram, because they both owned by Meta. I said, show my ad to my existing clients. They found you. You see how they found you? Based upon identifying information. And then what I did, I said, Facebook, based upon these clients, find me people who look like them. And what does that mean? Find me people that have the same characteristics as these people. So let me show you what that looks like. So if I go to Facebook, so you have to go to your ads manager. So let's go all the way back. So you guys know how to get here, because you can do this tomorrow. So you're going to Facebook, you're going to go to ads manager. And if you don't have an ads manager account, no worries. You can sign up for one. And what you're going to do, let me get to my right ads account. So a few ads accounts on here. Okay. And what you're going to do, you're going to go to audiences right here on this left-hand side. Let's see, right here, where's these people? Going to click on audiences. Guys see that? Now, the next thing that you're going to do, you're going to do create audience, and you're going to create a custom audience. You see this? Now it has our list. So you can do your sources. You can say website. So if you have a specific website that you've been having people go to over the past like 3-6 months, you can say you want to retarget the people that have visited a website of yours, which is also really powerful, that I do as well. You can say meta sources. So you can say people that watched a video of yours, people that engage with your Instagram account, people that engage with your Facebook account. Sometimes I run ads to those specifics as well. But this one is called a customer list right here. So you're going to click on this and you're going to go to next. Here's what you want: how to prepare your customer list. You're going to download the file template here. So let me show you what that looks like. This is how you need to copy in your customers to Facebook. So pretty much you just need their email, their phone numbers. If you have it, the more information you have of your clients, the better, the more likely they'll be able to find them. Their first name, last name, zip code, city, state, and country. If you have the date of birth, you can put that on there. If you have the date, year, if you have the gender, you have the age, you can all put that on there. But you don't need all of this stuff. If you just have their first, last name, and email address, you're good. If you got their first, last name, email address, and phone number, even better. If you got their first, last name, email address, phone number, and their city and state, which a lot of us should have because it's your clients, even better. The more information you have on your customer list, the more likely Facebook and Instagram is going to find them. So what you're going to pull up, maybe you pull up your tax software, you pull up your email list, you pull up whatever you have to pull up to put this information on a CSV file like this. Okay. Now, once you have all your information available, now you're going to say next, and you're going to upload your list. And you have to have it as a .csv or a .text file. Now, what Facebook and Instagram says, they said 100 is the magic number. If you can upload at least 100 or more people, that is going to be the magic number for them. If you don't have 100 just yet, no worries. But if you can get at least 100 names on this list, that's going to be a lot better for you. Facebook is saying that they can do at least 100 people. Because the more data you give them, the more likely they'll be able to find people on your list. Okay. So once you upload it, now Facebook is going to say populating. It's going to say it's getting this list ready for you. And you guys see, I put this list on mine January 16th is when I uploaded my last list. You see it says ready. That means they found y'all. It's letting me know it's ready. So now I can take this list and I can run ads to this list right now. I can run ads right back in front of you right now. Now, the powerful thing that I love about this is that now I can create a lookalike audience from this list, which I did. So I take this list, let's see. Let's actually take another list to create a lookalike. So let's say this is an O list. Let's say, what's this list right here? All website visitors. And then you see this actions, it says create lookalike. So what's going to happen is they're going to look at all the different characteristics of these people that I just uploaded to them. And they're going to say, what are the commonalities amongst these people? Again, what Nora put in the chat, they have all the information on us, right? They know more about our lives than sometimes what we do, know about our own dang on lives. They're going to find millions of people that look like your audience, which is crazy. It's super crazy. So if we click on create lookalike, you guys see this? 1% is a lot of people. 1%, it could be millions, hundreds of thousands. 1% of your lookalike, it is like millions of people that look like this. 2% is like further and further. So 1% lookalike consists of the people most similar to your lookalike audience source. Increasing the percentage creates a bigger, broader audience. But even 1%, you're going to have hundreds of thousands of people that look like your current clients. They're going to have commonalities amongst them. Now, once you do this, now we can just come here and do create ad. Now, if we're talking about our existing client, what type of ads should we run in front of them? There we go. Okay. Tax season readiness. Yes, I like that. New services. Yes. Thank you. I love that. Monthly services. Yes. Love that. Tax strategies. Beautiful. Yes. So when I ran ads to you guys, you were my existing audience. I was running an ad on what I knew my ideal clients will be looking for right now. Your ideal clients are no different from all of us. We're looking for our problems to be solved. When you think about your ideal clients' problems, go ahead and list them out. What are their problems right now? What are their confusions, for example? For example, what's a big confusion that some clients might be having right now with regards to filing their taxes? Leela says estimated taxes. Shane says filing status. Lionel says BOI. Absolutely. Business says due date. Perfect. So I might do a video going over estimated taxes and what they need to know to prepare and to file estimated taxes for 2024. And then at the end, I'm going to tell them to start the process of onboarding or of getting started with their tax filing this year. So I'm going to just do a quick video going over estimated taxes or filing status or the child tax credit, due date. I might even do a combination of all of this on one video. I'm going to run ads to my existing clients, giving them this updated information, and I'm going to push them to start the process of working with me again. Now, the beautiful part about this is that you can customize the text and headlines specific to them. How would I call out my ideal clients? Like if you guys right now, how would you call out your ideal client so they know for a fact you talking to them? They'd be like, how my tax lady popping up on my Facebook page? How my tax guy popping up on my Instagram page? What could you say to let them know that, yep, I see you. This ad was specifically for you, Bertha. Yeah, so Nora says nonprofit leaders. Adisa says attention cannabis business owners. Justin says describe them. Absolutely. Any identifying information that they identify with, you want to call them out exactly like that. So it's going to be niche. It's going to be, hey, client. You could get really cute like that. Hey, client, just want to pop in on your timeline to show you X, Y, and Z or to talk about X, Y, and Z. You guys see that? That's how you can get their attention. Now, once you got their attention with the text and the headline, what type of photo would get their attention? What do you know would make them stop scrolling their thumbs? And I don't think it's going to be something like this. These types of flyers or photos is not going to make them pay attention. What do you think is going to get them to stop scrolling and pay attention to you? Okay, somebody says a case study. Somebody says I use a truck. Okay, so if you are in the trucking niche, yeah, maybe you'll put a truck on there. Shane says an audit notice. Oh yeah, you can do that. Absolutely. Justin says describe the pain point from their perspective. Absolutely. Natasha says tax refund amount. Okay, that potentially could work. So the key with Facebook is that you want to test multiple variations of photos. And Facebook has a dynamic ad creative where you can upload up to 10 photos and they will find the photo that people most resonate with. And it's always fascinating because what I think was the photo that people was going to resonate with, it actually wasn't the photo. It actually was a photo of me. I think somebody said, don't put a photo of you. That's not necessarily the case. Depending on what type of photo it is of you, you could put a photo of you preparing a tax return. You could put a photo of you writing something down. You just want to test it. This is a beautiful part about paid strategies is that it does require you to test to see what works. So for this ad creative, I would give Facebook up to 10 photos. You don't have to do all 10, but I would give them up to 10 photos to play with and let them find the one that was going to most resonate with my clients. I will let them find what was going to most resonate. So if I go to Facebook and let's see, and we go to, let's just say we use this and we go to create ad. So we're going to go to create. I'm always going to optimize for lead. Christy said, could you use a video? Absolutely, Christy. That's probably what you want to do is use a video. So we're going to leave that at $25 a day. Let me show you. And then I want to send them to my website because I want them to get the lead there. But let me show you, here we go, right here. It says dynamic creative. So when you turn this on, this is where Facebook is, you're going to give them many different variations of your ad and they find the best one. They find the ones that's performing better for you. Okay. So let me just skip through here really quick so you can see what that looks like. So once I get to my final ad creation step, it says right here, select images. So I'm just going to select a few. I'm going to select just the last couple of images that I posted on here. And guess what? Facebook is gonna, so I'm gonna do, okay, I'm gonna do 6. So you see I got 6 of 10 and continue. So now Facebook has all of these images, okay? Now when I go and I start populating my ad, so I'm gonna just put something here to say, what were you guys putting in the chat? Let's say how to prepare for tax season. Somebody put tax season readiness. And then we'll say the IRS open tax season, January 29th. Excuse my typos. And then we'll put a quick URL. I'm just going to grab any URL right now. Let's say this. Now watch this. It's going to, you see this ad preview? It's showing me what it looks like with this first picture. And it's going to rotate all these images when it's showing my ad. And it's going to help me find the image that people are going to click on or that are clicking on the most. That's what I love about this, about paid stuff, because you can give it data. Now, this is what people don't know. You know what people do? They give Facebook one image, they give Facebook one text, one headline, and they say, go find me people. And Facebook is like, I only got one thing to work with. Okay, but we'll try to find as many people as we can with this one thing. No, you got to get Facebook many different images. I might create multiple different headlines. You guys see this? I can put multiple headlines on here. I can put different aspects of my ad and tell Facebook to find and show my ads and find the winner, find the ad, find the variation that is going to get people or the most amount of people engaged. Yeah, actually says split testing. It's very similar to a split test, but it's just them optimizing, yeah, the ad campaigns for you. So this is an idea on what you can do to reach your idle clients now to make sure that if you got 100 tax clients or 200 or 500 or 600 or 1,000, you want to make sure that as many people come back this year as possible. And the best way to get in front of them is go ahead and spend about $150, about $20 a day, getting in front of your idle clients with relevant information that they care about. Remember, they don't want to see this. They want to see information, content that is actually going to help them this tax season. You guys see that? And then you can run an ad to a lookalike audience. Now, what you do, once you find the ad that is performing the best, you like after about 3 or 4 days, Facebook is going to tell you which one of these variations is performing the most, which one is getting the most leads, which one is getting the most clicks. You take that one, then you duplicate that one to your lookalike audience. Because we know, okay, if this performed on our warm audience, I know it'll perform on people like my warm audience. Now you put another $150 to that, test that out to see, okay, how does this messaging sound to people that don't know me, but that have the same characteristics of my idle clients? And now we can reach more tax clients this year in less time. We can do this on Facebook. Instagram is also going to do it for you because Facebook and Instagram are linked up. You guys see this? It's going to advertise on both Facebook and Instagram. You can do the same thing on LinkedIn as well. You can upload your client list to LinkedIn. They call it something different. They call it client or customer attributes, something like that, where they find your clients or similar clients on the LinkedIn platform. So you could do the very same thing or something very similar on LinkedIn as well. And on Google, it's a little bit nuanced. Google, you have to use your web page. So what you would say is remarket, put my product or service back in front of people that visited this page over the past 30, 60, 90 days. So what you could do to stack your paid marketing efforts, you could run your Facebook and Instagram leads to your lead magnet, to your website. And then you can give Google this website to say, follow these people back around the internet who didn't opt into this page. So if they did click on this page, now they're going to see you on Amazon. Now they're going to see you on any other page that they go into, on CNBC, on Fox News, whatever they're visiting. That's how you use Google. You can follow them around the internet, which I know for me is a little bit annoying, but it works because I end up buying a thing that the pair of shoes, the boots, whatever is following me around on the internet, I end up eventually buying it because I see it all the time. So that's how you layer it with your paid strategies. Okay. And test that. Somebody said, can you use a video? Test that out. When you put in your ads, test out static images and then test out video to see which one of these two perform. Because what we can do right here, we can click on here and we can duplicate this ad. You see this? I'm going to duplicate this. And what I'm going to do, and instead of putting static images, I'm going to upload a video now on this one. All right, I'm going to exit out of these images. And now I'm going to upload videos for this one. Now I want to see which one of these videos are going to perform better for this specific ad type. You got to give Facebook data. The more data you give it, the more it can actually help put your ad in front of the right people at the right time. Because that's its job. It wants to put your ad in front of the right people at the right time. All right. Okay, guys, listen, I know this is a lot of stuff. It's very technical. Erica says, how much money would we need for the landing page and running the ads for the month roughly? So I would say look to spend about no less than $20 a day per ad. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, that's what, about $120 a week just for your ad campaigns. That would be sufficient. But ad campaigns is very similar to hiring. This is not something that you can set it and forget it. You have to follow up on this stuff every single day. You want to run your analytics. You want to see if it's working. You want to see how many leads you're getting. You want to see of those leads or of the people clicking on it, how many people are becoming a lead. Of the leads that you're getting, how many strategy sessions you're booking. You really have to stay on top of your data, because what a lot of people would try to do is they'll try to deploy ads and just forget about it. And that's not how you have to run paid strategies like this. You have to stay on top of it to track your analytics every single day. Once you know what's working and you're getting an ROI, listen, let's keep this ads running until they stop making you money. If you're putting $1 into something and it's giving you back $5, I'm going to do that for as long as I can until I'm not getting that specific ROI anymore. But it will require you to track your analytics for you to keep measuring the data. Okay. So let me go back here. And you said what monthly? Yeah. So about 120 a week to start. So you're looking at, what's that? $480, $500 a month just for ad campaigns. And that's for Instagram and LinkedIn. If you're adding on, I'm sorry, that's for Facebook and Instagram because they're running on the same platform. If you're adding on LinkedIn, I would say budget an extra $50 to $100 a week for that. And if you're adding on Google, that's going to be an extra $50 or $100 per week. So I would say all in all, if you really want to accelerate the amount of people that you're reaching and the amount of leads that you're getting, anywhere between $500 and $1,000 a month is going to be a good start for you. But let me tell you the ROI. Okay, so let's talk about that really quick before we hop off. So when you're talking about your ROI, one, you want to know how much does it cost to get a lead? One. Now we want to know how much does it cost to get a client? These are two different things. So what happens is because people don't know their metrics, they think that the ads don't work for them, but that's not the case. So let's say I got 100 leads, and out of the 100 leads, 4 clients, and I spent $750. So what's my cost to get a lead from here? $7.50 for a lead. And then how much did I spend for each client? I spent a total of $187.50 to acquire each client. You see that? Now, what happens is people might only put in $150 and they'll be like, Facebook ads didn't work for me. They'll think that. They'll be like, ads didn't work for me. Based upon this information, what would you tell that person? Based upon this information, what would you tell this person? If you know that it costs $187.50 to get a client and $7.50 to get a lead, and they only spent $150, what would you tell them? Yeah, you'd be like, you didn't pay enough. You gotta invest more money, not enough money, right? This is why most people think it don't work for them because really it costs almost $200 to get one client. But people are like, oh man, I got all these leads, but I didn't get no clients because you didn't have enough data to understand how much it actually costs to get a client. You was just short $40, $40 more dollars, you would have got a client. So keeping up with these metrics every single day is going to help you make sure that you don't spend more than what's necessary. It's going to make sure that you track your analytics. Yes, they didn't pay enough. You got to make adjustments. Making adjustments could be, man, you need to run these ads a little bit longer because your cost to acquire at one point, it cost me like $220 to get one client at one point. And I know some of my colleagues, it cost them between $400 and $600 to get a client. Now, this is not bad. if you're selling a $5,000 service like you guys do? For example, or I would say a $6,000 service. What's a $6,000 service? That's $500 a month bookkeeping. If it cost you $600 to get a $6,000 client, you would do that. You'd be like, yeah, I would do that all day. But people don't end up spending enough money to even figure out what it costs to get a client. That is one of the most major metrics that you have to run. You have to spend enough money to realize how much did it cost me to finally convert one person over. It could be 220, it could be 400. But when you do convert them over, now you're able to say, okay, I got this $500 a month bookkeeping client, or I got a $1,500 tax client from this, right? It was a 1120C. But it cost me $400 before I was able to book this $1,500 tax client. Would you say that was a successful ad or no? It cost you $400 and you only booked one? Yeah, it was successful. You got one client, you made your money back times 4. And potentially you can turn this one client into bookkeeping, into tax planning, into tax resolution, into CFO services, into referrals. That's the gift that keeps on giving, is referrals. So this is what you need to optimize for, okay? All right, so we talked about our sweat equity, our check equity. Somebody said, Lord, this is a lot of information, but you love it. Yes, it is a lot of information. This is why I want to help you set all this up. So if you're like, okay, Krista, I got about $500 to $1,000 to work with for paid strategies. Even if you're like, okay, Krista, I don't got $500 to $1,000 to work with, but I still want to set it up. I still want to get my ads up. So when I do get the cash, I can just turn my ads on. Then this is for you too. So I'm going to be doing a 5-day walkthrough of all this together. So just how I just showed you just now on Facebook, we'll do this from start to finish together. Set up your Facebook ad. We'll set up your Instagram ad. We'll get all of your graphics, your text. We'll actually do this together. It's going to be a couple of hours for each day. We'll move on to LinkedIn. We'll get your LinkedIn ads set up. You don't have to turn them on right now. Or if you turn them on, you could just turn them on with a little bit of money. Then we're going to turn on your TikTok ads, then your Google ads, and then your bonus is we're going to spend a few hours just making sure that all the sweat equity that we talked about, that you actually start deploying that. You actually start doing your video marketing, getting your video marketing set up, getting your pages optimized, doing your phishing strategies, going into those Facebook groups, answering those questions, all the sweat equity stuff that we talked about. We're going to spend a couple hours on the last stages making sure that you have a schedule set up to where you can keep up with your content for at least the next 6 months. So this is an implementation workshop. This is not you going into another course. This is us setting these ads up together, getting all your graphics, getting all the text, your headlines, your call to actions, your landing pages. Is an implementation workshop. It's going to take several hours over several days to do, and we're going to do it live together. So if you want to join, you can get 50% off this by Friday. It's only $497, so you get 50% off of it by Friday when you use the code marketing, the scholarship code marketing. So just add it to your cart and go ahead and use the scholarship code marketing, and it should take off 50%. So let's see if it works. Marketing, apply, and let's see if we get 50% off. Boom. So you get 50% off, $248.50, less than the cost of one tax return. But I'm going to help you set up your landing pages together. Everything in this funnel that we talked about, every last page strategy that we talked about, we're going to go through it. Your customer list, we're going to upload that to Facebook together. We're going to create your custom audience. We're going to create your lookalike audience. We're going to do the same thing on LinkedIn. We're going to do the same thing on Google. We're going to set all these ads up, all this information up. And then when you're ready, you can start putting money towards it. And then we'll teach you how to track all of this. I'll give you my Excel spreadsheet to track all of your data, to keep up with your CTAs, your CTR, your click-through rates, all the metrics that you need. I'm going to make sure that you have it available so that you can make sure that you're tracking this stuff and you're keeping up with it. Okay. So you do have until Friday to join because this is a live implementation. If you can't make a session, no worries. I'm going to record it. So you can get the recording if you're not able to walk. Like this was like 3 hours today. It's going to be today, but just actually going through all the technical aspects of all of this in the background. If you can make some sessions, I'm going to upload it and you will have access to it. But this is not a course. This is us doing this together and getting all of your ads set up for tax season and beyond. So what you guys are saying, do you need to have your social media set up first? Yeah, you do need your social media set up because all of your ad campaigns are going to use your social accounts. So when I'm running ads from Facebook, it's using my Facebook page. When I'm running ads from LinkedIn, it's using my LinkedIn page. So I will give you guys a list of homework before you join day 1 of class. I'm going to tell you some things that we need before that first day, just so you guys can be ready to start working on your ads. Latoya says, I need a subscription to ClickFunnels to create a lead magnet. So yes, so you do need some, you don't have to have ClickFunnels, but you do need some funnel builder. And some people use ClickFunnels, some people use Lead Pages, some people use Kajabi, some people use Gumroad. There's so many different, I would say, funnel-esque builders that you can get. It doesn't have to be ClickFunnels if you don't want it to be. MailChimp, yes. Yep. Kajabi, MailerLite, Systems.io. Yeah, all of those will work. All of those will work. So you're going to need your Facebook pages. You're going to need a landing page builder. I use ClickFunnels. The good part about ClickFunnels too is $97 a month. The good part about ClickFunnels is the funnels that I already have built, I can just share with you and you could just duplicate it into your ClickFunnels account. That's the beautiful part about ClickFunnels. I literally can just share these funnels with you and you could pop them up. But if you want to use something that's cheaper, I totally understand. Most funnels are super easy to build. I can help you build them. That's not a problem. Whatever system you use won't be a problem. As long as it can get the job done, which is, can you have a landing page? Can you have a funnel where into the next part of the funnel, they see content and they can click a link to book a call? And are they collecting those leads in the background that you can have pushed to your email list? That's what you need. So I would say, at least for the retargeting ad campaigns, you guys can do, I showed you guys how to do that. I would say at least 150 to 200 bucks just to go after your existing clients. 150 minimum, just to go after your existing clients, about 20 bucks a day. Going after lookalike audience, I would say another 150 to test to see how many leads you get. Again, the major part about ads, the setting up the campaigns, that's a technical part. What's really, I would say, the time intensive part is getting the case study together, like actually recording the video. That's the thing that's going to take 30, 45 minutes, but we'll work through that together. We'll work through your case study format, work through your lead magnet format, and we can help you create that. And all you got to do is obviously do it. I wish I could record for you, but you would have to record it. You could pay somebody in essence to record your lead magnet for you, but there's nothing like your voice, your tonality. There's nobody like you to sell your own products. So that is definitely going to be, I would say, the most labor intensive is just getting the thing ready. But the beautiful part about this is I created that how to save $27,500 as a trucker owner operator and get 2 new trucks. I created that 7 years ago. And that's something I still can use today if I wanted to. I still can run ads to that exact same video with that exact same call to action. You know what I'm saying? Once you do the work, it becomes easy from there because all you have to do is make slight optimizations over time and the asset is going to continue to be an asset. Okay, so Nora says, when does it start and what time so we can block it? So it's going to start next Monday and it's going to be that entire week. And it's going to be the same time as this class. So it's going to be in the evenings. I hope that's, convenient for you guys. I know we're also in tax season. So that's why I said, if you guys can't stay the whole content, then you can drop off. But they will be in the evenings, Eastern Standard Time, starting next Monday. And then I'll make sure to get you guys your homework by Friday so that you can at least start working on some of the things that you need before Monday. Keisha says, what about those without a list? Oh, hey, Keisha. So one of the things, and I'm actually going to talk about this on the class, is actually hold on, let me show you. Let me show you. So you guys are going to laugh, but so there's this marketing strategy that I'm currently testing out that's been working really well. And I've been wanting to test it out before I talked about it to my community about it. But in essence, you take dollars. You guys see this? I got $500 in singles. This is my second bundle of singles I got. And what I'm doing, I don't have, let me see, do I have okay, I don't have it. I don't have an extra one printed out. But what I'm doing, I'm just going to take a regular piece of paper, but I'm taking a sheet of paper with the QR code and I'm mailing these to my ideal client and I'm putting $1 in each one. Okay. I'm mailing this and I'm buying a list. I've been testing all this stuff out. It's been working so far, so I can't wait to share it with you guys. I bought a list from Exact Data. I'll show you guys the website, but you can go on the website now. It's called Exact Data. You can buy very specific lists. So for you guys, like you can buy people that just started a business or that just got incorporated as a restaurant or just moved into a new home. If you guys want some more tax clients now, this is also a great strategy that I'm going to actually talk about. I was going to just bonus talk about it. And so what you could do, you go to the bank, you take out a withdrawal, take out $200 or even $100 in singles. I'll show you how to print the page with the QR code, and you're going to put $1 in each one. And they're going to take their phone out and scan it to see who sent me $1 and what's going on. And that's going to take them to your landing page to get their name and their email and walk them through your funnel. So I'm just answering your question. If you don't have a list, we can pay for a list. You can pay for a list if you wanted to. So if you're like, Krista, I really don't know what type of niche I want to go after somebody. So you can go after new homeowners in a 5 to 10 mile radius. It's probably hundreds of them in your area, and make an offer for tax preparation or financial services to them manually through mail. That works too. You could take that same list of new homeowners in your area, for example, or new specific businesses in your area. You can upload it to Facebook and target them, or you could do a combination of both. Send them $1 and then also register that same list or upload that same list on social media and target them with an ad to say, hey, I sent you $1 and we can help craft what that ad will say and look like. But you see how cool that is? It's dope. I'm a dork, I know. But listen, I love marketing. And when I went to the bank, I said, give me $1,000 worth of singles. And everybody was like, I was like, it's not what you think it's for. I'm not going to make it rain nowhere. Okay. But this dollar stuff, guys, I've been getting some really great feedback, and I was just testing buying a list. You can also do this for like tax resolution. If you want to stand out from other notices that they might be getting, send them a QR code with $1 to say, hey, this is the first dollar of many that I'm going to save you in 2024. Boom, have them scan that little QR code. Listen, it's intriguing. It's so intriguing. And I didn't create this strategy. Gary Halbert 40 years ago created the dollar in the mail strategy. Nobody's doing it anymore though. So I'm doing it and I'm seeing what's the feedback right now. So anyway, buy a list. If you don't got a list, I'll show you how to buy a list. The lists are really cheap. They're not a lot. You can get thousands of truckers, thousands of e-commerce, thousands of restaurants, and you can manually target them with mail, or you can take that same list and upload it to social media and target them as well. And I would do both of them and just play with a couple of $100. Lorraine says, what's the website again? It's called Exact Data. Exact Data is the website if you want to buy a list? Great question, guys. Let me put the link back in here for you guys. Join this implementation marketing. It's not a course, like I said, that we're just going to get into business and set all your ads up. Even if you're not ready to put them live right now, at least get them set up.